Greetings, everyone. This is Morning Eggnog. My name is James. With me, as always, Caleb.
Good morning, everybody.
We gotta quit getting up early, Caleb. Or going to bed late and then getting up early.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start your early mornings is a late night. Late night and an early morning, those are the best.
I mean, we kind of had a legitimate reason for going to bed late, which was a tornado warning.
Yes, and
But, I mean, I didn't heed it like at all. But it is...
yeah, I stayed up until about 10:30, which was about an hour after the sirens went off, just to make my wife happy.
And I see in our town, we're only a couple miles away from Caleb, and we didn't get any sirens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was heading in a direction that it wouldn't even touch you. Basically, it was a nasty Edgerton, like this cloud was nasty over Edgerton, which is just north of Hicksville.
I mean, in all honesty, do we really care about Edgerton?
Wow. Let's just unload on the little towns of Ohio.
Just north of Hicksville, baby.
Anyways, so yeah, we had tornado sirens going off last night, and it was good times.
Fantastic times. I'm just a bundle of joy this morning.
I'm waiting for a kickoff, and James is just like,
Yep.
Hello. I am James, and I'm tired. This is Coffee. He's my best friend right now.
He has not been very good friends.
He's not
so
very
far.
good. I had to add creamer because he's so bitter. Greetings, everybody. This is Morning Eggnog. I'm your host, Caleb, with my friend, James.
I didn't like that. It felt wrong.
It just felt all wrong. Ugh.
Caleb said it. That's it, right?
Oh. All right, let's get ourselves into a topic, shall we? Scientists discover spider wearing Joker makeup and name it after the Batman villain.
Could you imagine being around for a very long time? You know, whether you believe the Earth is 10,000 years old, or whether you believe
So
the
either
Earth
from creation or evolution.
whatever. But let's say millions of years.
Evolutionized.
Yeah, you're a 1,000,000-year-old spider.
Bam! I'm a spider. Oh, wait.
And then you get named after a Batman villain?
Well, I don't think they really care.
No.
Honestly, if you're a spider, number one, you're already pretty much a villain to most of the population of the world. Because most people don't like spiders.
Well, they're terrifying.
No, yeah. As a plumber and as a service technician, yeah, we kind of have to get involved with spiders and centipedes.
I don't like them.
An occasional snake or
I haven't had an encounter.
small mammal.
Yet. Haven't. No, still nothing yet, thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully we live in a more northern.
I think the worst part I heard was a guy was in a crawl space and he had some really tight ductwork to squeeze through, and he went through it and looked up. And there was a groundhog right there. He went, nope, and just left.
Groundhogs can be kind of mean.
Well, especially if you're in their home. They have the right to bear arms. It's America, after all.
I've never been in a groundhog home, so
Neither have I.
Anyways,
Nothing.
a newfound spider species wears a striking red and white pattern on its back that resembles the grin worn by Batman's long-standing nemesis, the Train. That'd be actually a good bet. I bet there is a villain named the Train.
And it's, well, kinda. We have Rhino, Spider-Man's villain, who's like a train.
Well, I know, but
If you
there's gotta be.
If you played the popular 4 game,
Yeah. Sorry, looking it up.
we're looking at the train now.
Yeah. I should have put comic cook villain.
Comic cook villain, the train. He cooks
Comic book villain, the Train. Train.
What would his outfit look like? Like, would he look like a train?
Yeah, he would have a glowing emblem on the front. So basically, he would be like the Green Lantern's nemesis.
So he wears all black, and then he has a glowing thing in his chest.
Yeah.
And you don't see him until he's right there.
Or you can hear him coming from a long ways away. Oh, here comes the train.
It's a car. No, it's a bike. No, it's The Train.
The Train. Really? That we don't actually have... I don't think there's actually
Time to make it.
comic book hero called The Train. Why is there not a villain?
All right, we're going to make the villain. His name is Trainman McTrainface, and he goes by The Train.
The Train.
The Train. And he's
he was ran over by a radioactive train. Somebody's gonna steal this and run with it.
I need to get an artistic person to draw us The Train.
We have a new video to be made.
We spent $10,000 on art, and this is what we got.
Yeah. We had CG, and we took the train from the local area, and we made it all green. And then we got a guy, and we said, dude, just stand in the middle, and we'll run you over. It'll be fine. We'll just use cinematic stuff to make it look okay.
Look like you got hit by a train.
Make it look like you got hit train.
And so I'll come up behind him in one of those green man suits, and I'll hit him with a baseball bat, and he'll act like he got hit by a train.
Oh, gosh. Where
So
were
anyways,
we?
there's a spider that looks like the Joker.
There's a spider that looks like the Joker. Nope. Nope. Shoot. There it is. Sorry, everybody. I got distracted. That never happens on this show. We apologize for our distracted.
Yes.
The resembles the uncanny... Where was I? A newfound spider species wears a striking red and white pattern on its back that resembles the grin worn by Batman's longtime nemesis, Deja Vu. No, that's not the character. It's the Joker. Anyways, the resemblance is so uncanny that the researchers who described the arachnid named the species after the actor Phoenix, who portrays the tormented, smiling villain in the 2019 film The Joker. Ironically, the color of the spider belongs to a genius that was named for a late punk rock icon, Louis Reed. Louis Reed.
Rest in peace.
Who's famous for who wore black and rarely smiled. But anyways.
Heck yeah.
So
That's
scientists
metal,
discovered Loradima phoenixi in Iraq is the first Loradia, me and Latin don't get along, spider to be identified outside the Mediterranean region. They reported in the new study. The genus, first described in 2018, now includes 4 different species. This thing is, I'm not going to lie, this thing is really pretty.
It's a nice little spider. I mean, I would love to not ever look at one.
I'm just curious if it's poisonous or not. All right, James, now that we've talked about the spider that's named after the Joker, what do you got for us?
I have some dumb, weird world records because people are thirsty for attention.
That is true.
And they want... I mean, if... I was watching a YouTube video on how to become successful, and basically they were saying, find a niche that nobody's doing. And I was like, well, that's what people are doing with world records.
Isn't it a niche?
I think it's up to interpretation. Niche or niche?
Niche. Potato.
I think it can be pronounced either way. Because I've had this conversation with other people before.
Okay, it's fine.
It's niche or niche.
Depending
if you want
on
to look it up because that would.
No, I don't honestly care.
Now I do. You made me care. I didn't care before.
Well, I just think it's funny if you're just saying it wrong. I think that'd be hilarious. A niche.
I've
it's
heard
actually
it
niche.
Both ways.
I've heard it both ways.
My name is Sean Spencer.
Anyways, I love that show.
So I've picked my nose a lot, but never to the extent that this person did by shoving the deepest insertion of a finger into one's own nose at 2.5 inches. I don't understand this. 2.5, like that's your entire pinky.
Have you measured your pinky?
No, but that's about 2.5 inches.
How do you know?
I don't know, because I've done a lot of measuring on
You got
things.
a tape measure up here?
We are not pulling out a tape measure.
We need to measure our pinkies.
Now, guess what country that person is from?
New Zealand.
Nope, America.
Okay.
Youngest pianist, vocalist to perform in a concert hall is from this place, and if it would load, that'd be fantastic. I thought it would load like faster than this. A 4-year-old girl was the youngest girl to. That's not that weird, or anyways. The most candles lit, candles extinguished by farting
What?
is 5 candles.
Holy cow! Oh my! How?
The deepest insertion of a glow stick into one's own nose was 56 centimeters. So the entire glow stick.
Oh, people are weird.
The fastest time to drink a 750 milliliter bottle of olive oil.
Oh.
23 seconds.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, 23 seconds.
Okay. So,
Or is this okay? This is very
side effects include diarrhea, explosive diarrhea. That's
And-
all. Yeah. That.
diarrhea, explosive diarrhea.
And brain fart.
Michael Bailey from America collected 584 nose hairs.
From himself?
Growing collection in the New World. To accurately count the hairs, he divided them into piles of 50. The last pile has 34 hairs. There's the piles of nose hairs.
Okay, so my question is, are they from himself?
And does Guinness? Could you imagine going out in the street with nose
Running
tweezers?
around.
I'm gonna make you cry.
No, thank you.
So the largest. Oh, this is disgusting. The largest rat litter is a number that I can't see yet because I was very prepared for this. The heaviest weight lifted by earrings.
Oh, no. See that? I like my earlobes the way they are.
I've seen some there's a video of a guy lifting something like with stomach fat, like they hooked. I don't get people.
Yeah, the weirdness of people is
There's weirdness.
bizarre.
And then a few other things is the heaviest man to touch his ears with his own feet. The most smoke rings blown from a single draw on a pipe.
See, that one's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, except until you look at the guy.
What about it?
Anyways,
He looks like a dude.
He looks like it. He looks like a dude. He looks like a bro dude.
Bro, dude. Bro.
And nothing's loading anymore. But so those are just some of the weird world records that you can try for. There's a guy who has, I think he has the world record for having the most world records.
Yeah, I guess that would be a thing.
So he has the longest pogo jump. He has the longest time holding his breath or something like that. But he has so many world records. But he has a world record for having those world records.
No, that's pretty interesting. I mean, it makes sense that they would have a world record for world record holding.
And the question is does it matter?
It does to somebody.
It does to Guinness, the beer company. It's great promotion for them.
I still think that if it's just a bunch of guys sitting around drinking Guinness and going, you know what I can do?
That's definitely how it started. And then they're like,
I bet that's a world record.
8 beers in. I bet that is a world record.
Yeah, but the truth of it is, I believe it comes from New Zealand. This, I think, where the Guinness Book of World Records comes from. So it has nothing to do with the beer, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
As far as we know.
Then there's Ripley's Believe It or Not. That's just gross.
What?
Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's another big book like that where they have a bunch of weird stuff that's hard to believe.
Interesting. I didn't even know that the book existed.
It does. It's a whole series. And there's a museum you can go and visit. And so they have wax figurines of these weird people.
Wax figurines.
Like a person with the longest tongue is very, believe it or not, but they have a wax figure of them.
Is freaky to me.
I want to go to a wax museum that's also a horror mansion. Horror mansion.
This place actually exists?
Probably.
Oh.
But then some of the wax figures are fake and some of them are real.
No. See, I don't like horror. So James and I are both best men at a wedding. Uh-huh. We're going to have great speeches. But anyways.
Oh, crap. We have to write a speech.
No, we don't.
The last one I went to, they didn't want a best man or a best. No, they had a best. I just wasn't the best man. That makes sense.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, just for the heck of it, just for the halibut.
I've known Cody for get sloshed.
No,
and be
you
like,
didn't get my halibut joke.
I got it.
No.
Halibut. I actually was very confused because I thought you said halibut, and was like, Caleb normally doesn't say things like this.
For the fish, the halibut.
So, do you know why I know about the halibut?
No.
From Club Penguin. Because there was a game, or no, there was something that you could go fishing, and if you caught the halibut, you got a lot of points.
Oh, well, there we go.
I didn't know what a halibut was till I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, the halibut. Great for kids who don't want to quite swear, and adults.
And adults.
All right, let's continue on with another story. Dive team finds lost iPhone with alarm still sounding in Idaho River.
Somebody missed work that day.
Yeah, June 25th, a search and rescue dive team in Idaho recovered an iPhone that had been dropped in the river 3 days earlier, and the alarm was still sounding.
Hey, that IPS rating.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, continuing on with this story, Tom Adams said him and his wife, Marlo, were kayaking on the Snake River when their boat overturned near the Tilden Bridge boat ramp, causing him to lose his phone, his keys, and his wallet, fishing pole.
It's near the boat ramp, so they're probably getting out.
Yeah, probably, or just getting in and into the water. Don't you love it? Lost all this stuff into the fast-moving water. Adam ended up contacting the Bingham County Search and Rescue Dive Team, which agreed to help him look for his lost property.
Does every county have that?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Dude, that's so cool.
I would love to be a part of a dive team, but first, I'd have to learn how to dive. With scuba gear. I can dive,
You don't stay at the bottom very easy.
I don't stay at the bottom very easy, and usually I keep my eyes closed, which is terrible for searching.
I don't know. This doesn't feel like an iPhone.
Property as a training exercise. So that's why they're out there. It's either using this as a training exercise.
All right, so imagine you're finding something important when you're going down here. Okay, guys? All right, let's go.
Let's see if we can pretend this is a body we're looking for.
That's very true and sad.
I'm sorry. If you're a diver, it's really not...
You're definitely going to see a body.
It's really not search and rescue. It's really just search. Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, you're rescuing...
More like search and recovery.
There we go. That's better.
It's probably a more proper term. Now, I imagine there's situations where they go into the water to save people, like in heavy floods or something like that, maybe. Yeah, but then unfortunately in the dive team, I would assume that a better term would be
search and recover.
Search and recovery. I actually remember my dad and I were fishing and we saw them recover my body.
Was it that woman?
No, it was a guy who got wasted and fell in.
It's less tragic. Well, not real. I mean,
it's still tragic.
It's tragic,
but it's not like he got killed and then thrown his body into the water. Kind of tragic, which also has happened near us. Okay,
don't tick off the mafia
or the local drug lords.
Well, that mafia, same thing.
They use opportunities like this to practice and get more diving time in to prepare for real calls. And for real calls.
Imagine being that guy just getting roasted by this article.
Yeah.
Imagine having real calls instead of, losing your iPhone because you're an idiot.
And more important events such as life-saving. You can hear the dude's tone.
They're just like,
I feel like this is written by a woman with a little bit of passive aggressiveness going on here.
It's written by his wife. She wrote this right after she got out of the river, and she's all wet from being tipped over. And she's like, more important.
Oh no, women hold on to things sometimes. Some women hold on to things for long periods of time. So this could easily be like 5 years after the event.
Or this is a woman who had or a man who had the same exact experience.
Yeah.
Who is the art? Okay, now you got to scroll.
Except they didn't think about getting the dive team, so now they're mad because why didn't I think about getting the dive team?
Or they called the dive team and they said, no, it needs to be more important. And so they lost all their vacation photos from Florida. Because they were not going to pay for cloud storage.
Many members of the dive team met at the boat ramp, geared up, and hit the water. Because of the current, they had to use safety lines. Adam said within 20 minutes of searching, the diver surfaced with his keys and his iPhone, which was still sounding an alarm. It was a sounding alarm from my Sunday morning wake-up reminder, which was 3 days before. Which, if you think about that, that's been sitting down there going... Either that or it's...
There's a thumbnail.
No!
Okay, fine. It's the promo video or promo picture.
Whatever. But you know that...
No, that's...
That would have been easy to find, too.
That article is written hilarious.
That noise? Could you imagine down there and just hearing... Like, what kind of fish is that?
It's the halibut.
It's the halibut. It's a little... It'd be Jonah the phone and the whale, or and the cat. The iPhone and the catfish. A memoir of being underwater for 4 days.
I'm reading through our old script. Anyways, I was in a canoe once that overturned. I lost a machete.
Why did you have a machete?
Because we were in the woods, so I was like chopping down stuff. Then we got in the canoe and I put it in the middle. Then we were going down, and then we hit something and fell over.
And lost the machete. At least it wasn't like a chainsaw or something.
No.
First off,
why do you have a chainsaw?
For removing trees. Instead of porting your canoe, you just cut through.
That makes sense.
Let's continue. Could you imagine what, Lewis and Clark could have done with a chainsaw?
That needs to be a picture. Lewis and Clark with Pocahontas, with all of them have chainsaws. Even the baby.
Sacagawea.
What did I say? Pocahontas. No, now it has to be Pocahontas to show how bad at history I am.
Could you imagine Lewis and Clark and Pocahontas with a chainsaw? Sounds like a bad cartoon.
Time traveling Pocahontas.
Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea. Or Pocahontas, I bet.
And Master
Papoose, give me my chainsaw.
And bug spray. They could have conquered the world.
Yeah.
We are so soft now. Like
this is the truth.
But the problem is, are we soft because of innovation, or are we doing innovation to become? That didn't make sense.
No, that does. You're basically saying the same thing in two different ways.
Exactly.
Oh, who was the guy that just basically ran through Africa, like the dark woods of Africa? What was his name? Shoot, Livingston. I think it was his name.
Wow.
Could you imagine being that guy and not having bug spray?
I don't know how you don't get malaria.
Yeah,
Immediately.
or like down in South Africa, where they used to live. But they used to live where they still live, but without bug spray. I mean,
We're very spoiled here in America. And it's
we're
wonderful.
extremely spoiled.
You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram for updates on what's going on with the podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. And we have a video here on YouTube. Be sure to like it. If you don't like it, I'm going to cry. If you have a
James
topic...
doesn't cry.
I don't. If you have a story you want us to cover, if you want to be on the podcast, or if you have a green screen background, you can email us at morningeggnog@gmail.com or message us on Facebook or Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for
Ma'am.
joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. And have a wonderful morning, noon, or, midnight.
See ya.
Oh, technically it's morning.
It is. We'll let that one slide. I still call like 3 in the morning night because it technically is night.
it's
Because until the sun comes up, it's technically